Good morning. So today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is magnets. And magnets are just amazing. I find them very interesting and very cool. And we're going to be exploring magnets in a few different ways as we look at today. They're great for building, great for connecting things, and pretty mysterious as well. If you watched the science video, then you have seen the iron filings experiments that show you the magnetic fields that magnets emits. And there are a couple different ways to make iron filings. Probably the easiest way is to buy them at a craft store, which you can. They're great for science projects. You can take nails if you have a coarse file. You can go ahead and try to scrape some off. Any metal equipment that you use for cutting is a much easier and faster way to find them. The black sand is supposed to be ferrous in nature, which is magnetic. And so if you have black sand, then you're supposed to be able to use that as well. But I'm going to show you a little trick in case you don't have the iron filings. And we're also going to learn two different ways to make magnets. If you have magnets, you can make more. There are 3 or 4 different ways to make a magnet, but we're going to be focusing on just 2 that are pretty easy for us to do. So now, first I'm going to explain how we can see magnetic fields. And if you have one of these drawing pads, which I've already started to dismantle, I wanted to go ahead and see if I can say hello while holding this. There we go. Fantastic. Hello. And for this, let's see, is it over here? Where is it? Part in here? No, it's actually down here. For this just the frame holds it down. What happens is you write with a magnet. On the tip of this is a little magnet. And as you write, you are pulling up iron filing up to the surface, which is why when you slide this, they magically disappear. And what's happening is that the iron filings that come to the surface, they disappear because underneath there is a long skinny magnet that pulls it back down. Now, I don't know how strong this magnet is. Let's see, but it is strong enough to lift this nail. So this magnet here on the end of this pen is strong enough to lift a nail, which is why it allows you to draw. And in here are iron filings. I tried to cut it open just to see before I started to make the video. And the iron filings are caught in between a chemical. There was a very strong chemical smell, so I stopped doing it and I taped up the corner, taped it back up. But I wanted to be able to take it out and see, so you can see how this looks and how you're actually, when you're drawing on boards like this, you're drawing on iron filings and you're pulling the iron filings up to the surface because of the strength of the magnet in the pen. And so these are all iron filings. These are all iron filings here. And then this is one large magnet. As you swipe it past, it just simply pulls the iron filings back down to the bottom so they're not at the top anymore, which clears the pad. So I'm going to write a lot on here. And then you can see where I wrote, there aren't any iron filings on the bottom, but there are here. When I swipe the magnet past and they all disappear, the back should be black because they were all pulled down. So with these, if you do have one, if you don't worry. What's very cool, because there are iron filings in here, you can use these to see the force that the magnet that the magnet shows. You can see the lines as the iron filings line up around the magnet. And this works for both sides, both poles. If I lay this magnet down, let me actually wipe it first. Then you can see a little bit of an imprint past where the magnet hit, and that pattern right there are the magnetic fields. So those are the magnetic fields that the magnet is pulling from the iron filings. Now, the stronger the magnet you have, the more pronounced the fields are. So I want to show you one other magnet that's a little bit stronger than those, and you can see how the field goes out further and further, and those are the magnetic fields that are emitting from the magnets. And I'll do it one more time with that side, and you can see how strong the fields are as they go out. So if you do have a wipe-off board like this that has a swipe and a pen, then you can go ahead and do this experiment, and it's quite cool to see the magnetic fields once you place a magnet on top of it. And you can experiment with refrigerator magnets or any other magnets that you have lying around the house. Now, I'm going to go over how to make a magnet, and I want my assistant to go ahead and hold. Come on over here, assistant. Watch out. Okay. I want you to hold it just like this. There we go. Okay. And just keep it right over here. So, we are going to be looking at how to turn nails into magnets that can pick up other magnets. Now, if you don't know if something is magnetic, then you can go ahead, right here, then you can go ahead and just find a magnet, pick it up. If you ever lose car keys in your car and you have a large magnet, you can go ahead and take that larger magnet, drag it along the cracks of your car, and sometimes you can pull up your car keys like that. So that's a nice little life hack that I have found out. Now, the two ways that we're going to look at turning something that is iron into a magnet that picks up other metals is just taking a magnet and rubbing it back and forth vigorously, which means with some good force. And then what this is doing is it's causing the electrons to change their position and turning this into a magnet. So after I rub back and forth, it's going to turn into a magnet, and I should be able to pick up one of the nails. There we go. There we go. So, that one. Okay, so let's do it one more time. A little bit more. Got some musical instruments here. Okay, back up here. There we go. Cool. So this one now has a magnetic charge. I'll take another one, and the other option is, I might put this on the carpet. Right here. Hold it. Right there. Okay, putting it on the carpet keeps it in the same position, which makes it a little easier. So first I have to find the north and the south pole. Those are the poles that make the magnet attract. So this would be a north and a south, or a south and a north. If I put it together and the magnet pushes the other one away, then that means they're the same poles. So I want these two. So on this, I'm going to take these two and have the opposite poles on, and then rub it back and forth. rubbing it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then that does the same thing. It makes one side a North Pole, one side a South Pole. And okay, that's probably enough. So let's take another magnet, put it out there, or another piece of iron, another nail, and see if we can get it to, nope, it's starting to picked up a little bit. So this has just a little bit of a magnetism to it, not enough to pick it up, but so these are two magnets that I made. Those are two magnets I made by using other magnets while rubbing. So I hope you have fun experimenting with these magnets and making your own. If you do have old speakers in your house, I would highly suggest taking them apart, especially if they're broken, because speakers have some of the best magnets, and you can actually build sculptures on top of the speaker magnets. Okay? So hope you have a lot of fun with this. If you are not able to do these, if you don't have the materials to do any of this, that is okay. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll keep yourselves busy doing a lot of other fun stuff, okay? Have a great day. Miss y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.